Good day, year rates. So now we're going to be doing the final addition to our Ian Murphy copies. Alright, so you're going to need a black pen and your photo that you copied from originally and your tissue paper that you have done your wash over. Alright, so all we're going to be doing is we're going to be going in now, like the Ian Murphy images that we've been looking at. We're going to want to add some dark tones. So I'm just going to show you to remind you okay, I don't have any to hand. So the Ian Murphy buildings that we drew from the grids, they had black outlines over the washes, okay? So I'm just going over this and highlighting the areas that are the darkest. I'm going to be making this very sketchy and scribbly. I'm going to be working quite quickly through this. And the images that we're working from are quite pixelated. So we are going to have to use a little bit of our imagination, but on the whole it should be okay, because this doesn't have to be photorealistic. It's more about creating expressive effects in an architectural and illustrative way. Illustrative meaning pertaining to illustration, of or relating to illustration. So this is what I'd like you to do. I'd just like you to, so I'm looking here, and it's the same process as we did with pencils, and really you should still be able to see your pencils. We're just going over them, but we have those pictures in front of us to help us, just to guide us a little bit more and give us a bit more confidence with our accuracy. But you could just go over all your pencil marks, because that's really all we're doing, is we're just going over our pencil where we worked before to bring up a better representation of the line work. So I'm just bringing an example to show you the type of effect that we are trying to create here. I've just taken this out of the first year 8 book that I've found. So you might open your books and have that in front of you. Or just bear in mind that if we look at this, we have got a scratchy style, lots of scribbly lines. But it is still very beautiful because of this tone, the contrast of the black and the white. It looks almost like that this is marble, or like it is wet, the way the light really reflects off it, or we get the impression that it does because we have these dark areas and then we have these very contrasting light areas. So that's what we're trying to achieve through this. So I'd like you to dig really deep and be very bold, take risks, Like, press hard and just go for it. So look at where I'm copying from and how I am looking across at that. I'm looking more at this than I am at this. So I just let my pen do the talking. It's a bit like when in the first Star Wars and Luke Skywalker has the blindfold on when he's training to use a lightsaber. You have to trust your hand to guide you. So you'll be looking, I'm looking at this and I'm not even really looking so much at what I'm drawing. I mean, I am, but I'm looking more at this. I'm looking, I'll explain you how I am looking. So I'm looking at the photo. Now I'm looking at my drawing, looking at the photo, looking at the drawing, looking at the photo, looking at the drawing, so that I can get this bit here, looking at the drawing, the photo. Drawing, because I can't actually draw this accurately from my imagination unless my lines are perfect, which most people's aren't, and even if we think they are, we can make them better by looking what I'm drawing. Look how deeply I'm pressing down to make those tones. To what I'm drawing. Looking at the photo to see where the next bit goes. I'm looking at what I'm drawing, adding this tone underneath here, and being really scribbly with it. Look at how scratchy and how loose this is. That's how we're trying to make ours. And what I'd like us to do is just make sure we've got at least one section of it completely filled out with tone. If you've got any areas which are dark that you haven't gone in with your tone with yet, but you have gone in with areas where are lighter, it won't look quite right. So I really like to just adjust your eye like it is a camera, and just spot out where is the darkest, where are the lines. These bricks have got some very dark areas, and if we just fill them in, it can make a big change. I'm missing out the sign that is on there, because I don't think it looks very archaic and old and very classical like the rest of the building. I think it just needs a little bit more over here. I'm going to call it a day then. Just notice how deep my lines are, that's what we're trying to make ours like. Multi-directional. So this technique where we have it going in one direction and another is called cross-hatching. So that's like this. we have our very own Ian Murphy style architectural drawing.